Get your special sock out, nerds. This gonna get good.
Awesome. We are live right now talking Lethal Leopard. I am the writer, Paul Thayer, and beside me is the artist of Lethal Leopard, Igor Texeria. Igor, what is up?
Hello, everyone. How nice to be here, Paul. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming. As my first ever guest on my YouTube channel, we are here live promoting the book that we made together alongside Real One himself, that used to be known Enzo Amore. We've worked together before. We worked together on project analysis covers. Let me see. Do I have one of the covers here? I do. Let's see. Boom, right here.
Yeah.
Did this amazing cover. Colors Pop, Voltage, Imperium, Omega, and Hybrid. And then we also did the one you did for episode 6, which I did sell all those, which was cool. So we got to print.
Wow, that's good.
More of those. Yeah, people like them. They popped. We sold a lot at San Diego. People like the variants over there.
Nice.
Anything they can get their hands on. But yeah, super excited. I'm trying to learn this whole streaming thing. You know, I talked to you about it. I was like, hey, like, let's try to find some streams. And then I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do my own. So here we are. I bought the StreamYard and we're, you know, trying to get it going. So
cool. Yeah. My only experience with streams is like the monthly one that I have with the Rippaverse, and that's about it. Like I'm not the streaming kind of guy. But yeah, this has been fun. It has been fun to promote this book so far. And like I've managed to, like, I still have a few to go to, but yeah, this has been fun.
And everyone loves it. Everyone's loving the Lethal Leopard. It was building hype. I was just telling you before this, me and Real One at New York Comic Con were slinging these, and people were really hyped about it. It's a crazy take, and Igor was already doing covers for me. I knew the artwork was sick, and we've been working on this for about a year, and, you know, we released it now because now we're officially done. Igor did all the lines in ink, so we have a finished product for everyone to dive in on.
Guaranteed to get the book. There is no, like, delay or never getting your book, which kind of annoys me when it happens. So you won't have to worry about that.
Yeah, and we I've done, will be my 13th issue that I've done, that I promoted and I published through Visual Vibration, but this is the first book outside of the Project Analysis universe that is totally upside and its own little world that we built and had a really fun time doing it. You know, it really just came from the standpoint of fun. It wasn't like, hey, we need this done in 6 weeks. We took our time with it. We figured out what was working, what colors worked, you know, all that cool stuff. So let me pull up this Lethal Leopard campaign and make sure that it goes. Let me know if we're on the side. Like I said, I'm new to this. I'm trying. All right. Are we there? Do you see it?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, we're at 2,431. The goal is 3K, and boom, as we were speaking, a backer unleashed. Super cool. Let's stop sharing 1 second. Awesome. We got a backer. And what can we do? We could play something.
I'm Marvel Jesus, you dull creature, and I will not.
And there we go, dude. We're super hyped, dude. We're super hyped. I am ready for this streaming shit. You know, we got tons of cool things ready for you at any given. Whatever happens here, it happens here. And we have the things ready for everyone. Do you hear that? Do you understand what we're doing here?
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I do. And I'm ready, and enough of that for now. But yeah, I appreciate the back, whoever backed. Did I remove? Of course I removed it. Oh my God, silly Paul. Let me pull this back up. Oh wait, why is it not? Okay, there we go. So yeah, Lethal Leopard, trying to pull this thing up. I don't know why it's hiding from me. There it is. Okay, it wasn't there for a second, but now we're back. 2,000 $456, 3K goal, 44 backers, 23 days to go. Super hyped about this book. Lethal Leopard, 24-page full color comic book. We have 20 pages of interior artwork, 4 pages of funsies. We've done some concept art, other cool things. Every single time I do a cover A, it's always done by the interior artist. So Igor got this script. I think we did this. This is the first piece of art we did, correct?
Yeah. After the concept art, this was like basically the first time I drew him in a pose or something like that, because we went through like various concepts, and then like this is the first time. And then when I saw this color, I was like, oh man, this is the best colorist I ever had in one of my works, by far. Prasad is amazing, man.
Yeah, Prasad has been with me since Project Analysis episode 1. He only doesn't color my books when I have the artist that does everything. So I put him on everything I can. He's been blowing up. And his colors match so well. And I just told him, like, I'm not crazy. And, you know, now you've seen it working with me. Whatever you send in, I'm hyped. I am a fan. When I get something done, you're the artist. And for example, Prasad's the colorist. He made this cool, like, you know, he puts those cool textures in the background, you know, add some more cool stuff to it. And it really made it pop to that next level. But you can also see your in-depth lines and inks on our ash can. That's what I did that for.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the strongest things. I remember when I first saw your comics, that was one of the first things that caught my eye, was like the colors, because they're so alive. Like everything about like the Project Nails is Samuel, right? Is your artist's name. Like his lines are amazing, but Prasad, the colors are like top notch. Like no wonder he's like blowing up, because he deserves it. It's really
and he colors everything I've done, and we've done the, you know, V-Ken Marion. He's colored over some of Corey Hampshire's covers that we've done. He's colored over your covers. Julian Shaw, you know, tons of cool guys. Kyle Penshock, and then Samuel Marquise, who's taken on since Project Analysis episode 2, and it's the best. And he's like really top tier. And when you sent this in, like I said, it was like he's exploding and radiating the power exerting that he does from using too much usage. And Prasad made this the negative color. You know, I didn't tell him to do this. I'm honest, bro. And he did this. I was like, dude, this is so cool. Like,
super creative, man. Yeah. And I didn't have any of that in mind. Like when I drew this, I had like, he's gonna be kind of backlit or something like that. He just reversed everything that I had thought about, and it was like awesome.
And it makes sense because he's internally exploding his energy, you know, and it's just like it popped so well. And for all those who you know, are a little, hey, what is this real quick? I'll brief everyone. Trapped in the depths of the underworld, Brett Lyons, a half man, half Anubis hybrid, will stop at nothing to find his way back home to Earth. Every page of Lethal Leopard explodes with vibrant color and high octane action in a world unlike you've ever seen before. So, you know, we have super cool stuff. The cover A, which you've done, and then the cover B by Kanan White, who I was thrilled to get the variant cover for. And your cover A, $15, cover B, $20. We have limited cover options, so these are all limited to 100 pieces. And like I said, when me and Real One were at the show, we sold over 100 of these prints double signed. These are actually exclusive, you know. So like, this ash can's $25. It'll be black and white. It'll be smaller, and it'll be cool. You can just see the lines and inks, and we'll make something really cool with it. We do the black and white cover for $35 to showcase the lines and inks, and then we'll do the Virgin for $50. And cover A, you killed it on it. Cover B, Kanan killed it. He thought of this too. Kanan, like, he's like, the reflection of the sword is him.
Yeah,
and I was like, dude.
He said he wanted to draw like the Anubis form, and he was like, no, I can make it work. Like he's focused on his human form, but like, he was super creative with that. Like, really cool.
It was so creative. And he's like, I think it was like I messaged him. I was like, hey, could you do it? And he's like, yes. And then he's like, what do you want? I was like, I just need him in the human form fighting demons. And he turned it into this, dude. You know,
Ken is insane, man. Like, working with him has been such an honor, and like I've learned so much from him. It's like, this is awesome. And he saw the entire project, because I would like text him and message him about the pages that I was doing, share some of the pages that I was doing. He was super helpful to me, so it was super cool that you got him to make a cover. Like, looks so good.
And I found his stuff, through you really, and through Eric, and your Ripperverse team, and everyone has been very super generous with me, always giving me shout outs and stuff. And I love the art. The art comes first. Like, I loved your art, and that's why I got you on a cover. And then it was the same thing that we made this book, and then this too. It's like, dude, this makes me this is like a tease. It's like, now we need him on another cover. You know what I mean? So it's just it's crazy. And the lines and inks of that ash can, so it's a nice white background. It's really gonna pop. I'm really excited. This is gonna be the first ever ash can I ever do. I never done one for Project Analysis, and a lot of people do them at conventions, and they do really well. And I've seen like Rob Liefeld do them and Ghost Machine recently, and I definitely think it's a cool thing to have, and it's definitely a collector's item. I'm keeping 10 for myself, so, and of course you'll get a couple as well. So
that's cool.
So, yeah. And then showcasing the lines and inks. So of course I had to put the logo on there, so I had to crop out these beautiful demons and to showcase them. It just came naturally. Like when he sent me the cover, I was like, cool, doing 2 special variants with it. Like I didn't know if I was originally just going to do 2 covers or just keep it simple. But the more the merrier. And then here's some of your interior pages. This starts off where our Anubis character, the Lethal Leopard, is basically hunting down other Anubises to absorb their powers to achieve like the next quest. And I loved how this page came out. Super creative. Like you see a lot of motion.
Yeah, your scripts are really nice to work with because like you gave me a lot of freedom. So I had like a bunch of like references of artists that I wanted to like be inspired by, and one of the artists that inspires me the most is the artist from Berserk, Kentaro Miura. So like that manga has been like fundamental in my journey as an artist. And I was like, yeah, this is a dude with a large sword. This is my chance to like go crazy. And you gave me the room for it. So I was like kind of trying different panels and working out different poses and camera angles. So I'm really happy with the result of the overall like comic. Was so nice to work on. I was so happy every time. My wife knows this. Like she works side by side with me, and whenever I was drawing this, I was like, this is this is what I signed up to do, because drawing monsters and action and having fun with this was the best project that I've worked on for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It was something crazy. Like so when I met Real One, we sat down and we were discussing on our project, and we were just shooting ideas back and forth. And when we thought of this, I just knew it worked. And then of course it was just a bunch of scrambled notes together. And then as soon as I hit you up to get this going and we did the concept art, it just flew right together. We went through, I think the only editing I really went in on was just when we were designing the characters going back and forth. Otherwise, I don't even think whatever you sent in was just the final, like it was just, this is it, dude. I loved it, so.
Yeah, it was super nice to work on. I think we went through one page where like you said, oh, I had another idea for this. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Like I think it was page 1, last panel, you had a different view, and I was like, oh, he nails that. Like the panel that I had was kind of.
Yeah, I know what you meant. Like, I think I actually we'll actually could show it later because I don't want to skip around to show some spoilers. But it was it was supposed to be like one pyramid coming out, and it does look way cleaner that first page. But yeah, excluding that, everything was just spot on, dude. It was spot on. And as you can see with this Anubis here, this Anubis had wings. He's fighting Anubis has wings. You see the absorption. And now he's able to go on his next quest, growing these wings that he just attained to fly to the next thing. It's very, it looks super crazy, but it's very, simple storytelling to make it crazier and bring it to that next level. Because it's like you do the thing, now what's next? So now he got the wings and he's moving on. Could you still hear me? I think you might have muted. Am I muted? Let me see. I think I'm going to exit this for a second. All right, hold on.
Hello.
Yeah,
Sorry.
there we go. Something
Stupid
happened. We
Brazilian,
lost you for a
Brazilian
second.
internet. Yeah, it sucks.
Okay, we're back.
Sorry
We're
about
back. We're back in, and we are back in. Let me see if I could. I think I could lower this for a second. Boom. Okay, so now since you're back, okay, we're back. We're hyped.
that. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. I try to grab things that I'm amused from. I feel like that's the
No.
first step of this this streaming journey.
Yeah, no. I think you're gonna do great. Like you can have other people in, and they're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's the point, dude. And
You're that
you
type
know,
of friend.
I think this is my third stream on my platform, and you know, I'm gonna get in the rhythm. It's easier than, you know, you just got to get in front of the fear first. You know, I got to get in front of the fear, and I'm loving it right now. So yeah, slams into the next objective, and I remember telling you, like, what kind of demons? I'm like, do whatever, bro. I was like, do whatever you want, bro. Like, they can be whatever look. And I love the style though. I love the, like, they're like gremlin kind of, like, just like, you know, they're minions, you know, you got to kill the minions. And he's slicing the shit out of them. Now he's like beating them down. Look at that one. That eye's crazy.
Yeah, I love drawing that panel. I loved it so much. I was like, I
Yeah.
want to see him punching someone, like crushing someone to the ground. Like,
And the thing with this, and I always rewrite my dialogue because you'll see the dialogue will be probably very different than what you saw. Because once you get the art, it's different, you know, like in a good way. Like I go back in and make it flow even better, because if you just look at the panels, you know the story, you know what's going on. You know, he lands in, he sees the demons, talks his shit, slices them up, slams them down, and now he's too powered up, and then boom, dude, explosion. You know, this page was so sick, and then he transforms into the real one, and you see all the ricochet. And I love this panel too. That's like, I really wanted to showcase, you know, him in action and with that big sword and the panel layout, and then on to the next objective, you know?
Yeah. I like the page that you selected. Like when I was going through the monsters, I was thinking about that. Like for this panel, it's kind of minions, and then when he gets to the other Anubis and the other demons that show up, spoiler alert. But I tried to design them to be more imposing, because I wanted like some hierarchy of. I was trying to think of the world that he was in. Like there are some Egyptian like suggestions here and there, and the Anubis and stuff, but I was trying to give my own flavor of like demons, and I love drawing monsters, so it was fun to design those.
Yeah, dude, and they came out super crazy, and you know, it looks like him. He loves it when he saw it, and you know, and it flows with the action, and yeah, the possibilities are endless. This is a new world. You know, I did sign Real One that I do have him with for like 6 issues that we could do. It all just, you know, depends on how amazing this project does, which is why we need all of you amazing people to make sure you keep backing this book, because $3,000, you got your book. Igor did the lines and inks. Boom. That takes care of everything he was doing. We're coloring it, and then we're printing. You know, realistically, when we're at that 6K mark, I really know we can start an issue 2. And if that's through when I start doing conventions and stuff, that's amazing. But I know it's just like, you know, we do have a beginning, middle, and end with this story. Of course, there's a little thing that could move forward from, but you know, we try to get everything according to plan, which was really cool.
Yeah, it was like the first episode of an anime or something like that. You get the whole story,
and the possibilities are so endless, you know?
Yeah, and super fun, man. Designing an entire world and thinking about the repercussions of what happens in issue 1. When I got to the last page, I was like, I could design some cool stuff for this one.
Yeah, dude, it's different. I did enough, and I feel like with the writing I have done now, like I've gotten a lot better with stuff, and like it's literally a full 20 pages. Like you get that full story. You're gonna get cool concept art at the end, and it's worth it, you know. To dive into the rewards real fast, you know, $10 digital sends right to your email, $15 for that cover A, cover B, $20, Ash Can limited to 100 copies, 25, black and white, 35, virgin 50. You can get all 4 covers for $100 as a steal. We have a limited amount of these. The Visual Vibration cover package. You get Lethal Leopard 1 and 2. You get our 2 one-shots from Project Analysis. And you get the whole Project Analysis run from 0 to 6 and our prequels. If you want everything, oh wait, I didn't say what the price was. The price was $125. And then the Ultra Lethal Leopard combo $130. You get everything that you see here. And then if you want everything, you get 13 books for only $175. That's a steal. Steal. And if you want to customize character splash page, we'd work on this if people back it. I've done this with Sammy Marquez before. We design a character together that'd be, owned, of course, by Visual Vibration. And then we'll put it on a splash page of the book with the real one. And we have exclusive trading cards, ash cans. I make the add-ons very accessible. So if you want to add anything on that you see in the campaign, back what you want, and it is available. And like I said, I've fulfilled 11 Kickstarters, 2 Indiegogos, 1 Fund My Comic. I ship books out weekly. I was featured in Forbes 4 times. And we're constantly growing on the con scene and all around that. And if we hit some stretch goals, 6K really shows we're at that money. You'll get this beautiful bookmark. We'll do a mini print, and then we'll do a crossover cover if we get the 20K. That will probably make only for $10, and we'll have Lethal Leopard just fighting Crimson Pain on the cover.
Nice.
Join us on this epic mission of Lethal Leopard. I'm going to lower this down for a second. And boom. But yeah, super hyped. I think the project really looks amazing. I was super excited about it. And I would love to do more. We're really close to 3K. 3K, like I said, gets us that money. And, then we know that we could do more,
Yeah. I would love to. I would love to work on more of this. Like, even visually, the ideas that I have, like, yeah. But your script is super nice for that. Like, it gives a kind of an open ending and the possibilities. You get a glimpse of what's to come, and yeah, I really want to work on issue 2 right away.
Yeah, me too, dude. It was so fun to do, and now we got the rhythm for it. Because
yeah, exactly.
Look at the lines and inks of this. Crazy.
And it's so
The
nice.
detail.
Like, to anyone that's an artist, it's super nice to get a new project where you're free to work on. Because like some of my favorite movies are kind of horror and comedy put together. So I feel like in the design we got to work on a little bit of both. Like, we didn't take it too serious, but we didn't broke the world and the rules within, so everything works. And there is like this kind of theme of horror, but there is like that little bit of like the leopard print and the mohawk and the mullets, and so I think there is a little bit of everything in there for everyone, at least that likes comics. And yeah, I'm excited of the possibilities of like for what comes next.
Yeah, it definitely lays the land of everything. And it really does have that story, the beginning, middle, and end. And the possibilities are endless. Because in the beginning, when people see firsthand, because I'm only pitching half the book to make it spoiler free, but it is a little creepy. There is things that we could play with in this world, still making it badass. Because at the end of the day, fighting is what makes comics super cool.
Yeah.
And the more the merrier of the mayhem. Let me see if I can find some other stuff. Let's see.
We kind of just want to share everything like that. I've been running into that problem. I'm super proud of the pages that I've made with you. So I'm like, I can't show this. Not yet.
Yeah, not the spoiler ones yet. And then speaking of the concept art, man. This was like the finished concept art that you did. This was one of the designs that we went through. Super cool. The front and the back. You do great concept art in a sense of like just how easy it was to do everything. Look, and then these were like some of the color layouts that we were thinking. They all look really cool. I like the red too.
Yeah, those are. But I feel like we chose the best one. Like,
yeah, for sure.
We went with the one of the last few without the pauldron that I think was kind of like out of place in there. But yeah,
and it looked cool, and it made me think too, like, oh, we could do a cooler armor with this. You can play around with it, but that like we thought of the headdress. That was really cool. You thought of, you know, different designs that we, you know, might use for other characters later down the line. But yeah, the concept art was super cool. Really enjoyed doing that. Yeah, like this was super cool. Like you having these layouts, it was so fun to do. And we, in the beginning, you know, we really took our time with making the character, like doing things like this, like the way how you could just describe, like even me looking at this, I'm like, oh, I know what you meant, like, you know, which is crazy.
Kind of thinking about shapes and positions of like the arm, the shoulders, like the main elements of like the character's design, the silhouette. So it was really nice, and I was glad that you got it. I didn't have to keep explaining myself. It was like I was sharing thumbnails and stuff like that, and you were like, "No, I think this or that," and circling stuff, and I was like, "That this is easy to work with," because sometimes people don't get that like silhouette is important. They focus too much on details, and those are like frosting on a cake. They are not what makes the character pop.
And I think he does have that shadow that, like, if I did silhouette him, you would know who he is, which is really cool. Like that's like the main thing of a character that they need to succeed on it, which is really cool.
Yeah, I was thinking about that with like the shape of the head. Like we were thinking about different animals that we wanted to combine him with, not to make like just a jackal and have it be like a regular Anubis. We were thinking about some different stuff. You guys had some great ideas. I just implemented them.
Yeah, I sent you like a dog face and Anubis, and then a picture of him. I was like, let's do this, dude. You know, so like, which made it really fun. I saw we had a bunch of comments in here. Silhouette is absolutely important. It is. What's up, Caffeinated Wolf? You know, I got too hyped with going straight into the book. I forgot to look at all these amazing comments. We're gonna start all the way from the top. That's how you know. We're gonna say what up to the chat now. Yo, Caffeinated Wolf in the chat. Super cool, super grateful that you are on here. With you being here as the first ever person.
Join me, and I will complete your. Join me, and I will complete your training.
Dude, appreciate that a lot. Second comment in here. We have Kanan White, who did the variant cover. Super cool. What is up, Kanan? Super powered up. So with us three here, we're just missing Real One, but you get the message.
To me, my X-Men.
Nice. I like that one too. You know, I'm ready for this, dude. I'm ready for this stuff.
You really worked on it.
Silly internet, yes. And then we have Igor vanished missing. I don't know. Oh, he managed. Oh, missing before. Okay.
Yeah.
We lost Igor. Now he's back. Nice. We have the Saska sisters in here. Hail chat. This book looks amazing. Wow. Huge shout out. Appreciate the shout. You've been nothing but awesome on social media, shouting us out, letting people know that we're here. And it makes me want to dive on top of a ladder into the abyss. Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Thanks, guys.
Super shout out. Beautiful preview pages is right. Andrew's here, and I know he would love me to spoil the cliffhangers of the Cursed and the Black Eye Club.
Oh, don't do that.
On Oops. We like spoilers.
Yeah, no, Andrew does like the spoilers a lot. Part of his job to avoid the spoilers. Thank you, guys.
You support awesome. That means a lot. You know, you have a big following. It's awesome to hear. I know you guys work amongst each other, which makes it awesome. And we appreciate all of the support. Yeah, he would not, no spoilers allowed in the chat. We have some people watching. It'll get some good clickbacks. You know, we would need that too. It gets more eyes on a Lethal Leopard.
True. Whatever it takes, man.
I'm changing all names to the Troubled Twins. Nice, dude. See, I got things loaded. I got the media things loaded. I'm ready. You know, we're ready for anything.
Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
Shit.
That's how I feel for not getting the spoiler in the chat. If I got the spoiler in the chat, I'd be excited. But, you know, we're swinging around with stuff.
Yeah. I don't want to cause trouble inside the Ripperverse as well.
Yeah, no. Super grateful for Eric. Eric let me use ISOM for our New York Comic-Con print.
Oh, that
really
looks
cool.
so good, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll show it real quick. Let me see. I got to pull it up on my
Was that Samuel?
Yeah. So I keep telling everyone that Samuel took a very long time to make this, and in a good way, but he did it in a very quick time in the same breath of air. So let me see.
Yeah, I loved how he did that. Like all the characters look amazing, like Nexus, ISM.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah.
Shout out Eric for ISOM, Mike Barron for Nexus, Andy Smith and Dennis Turner for Choreograph, Vaughn Coleman for Dark Cloud, and Reaper Destroyer for Joe, who I did the Spawn podcast with for like 6 months, and had to throw him on there. And then all of my amazing characters, because I thought, 40 characters of mine, put it on a print, have fun with it. But then I thought, I'm like, hey, I talk to people, I was like, why don't I just ask if they want their character involved? I do move a lot of stuff at New York Comic-Con and San Diego Comic-Con, all these events, and Samuel could have not done any better. And of course, we got our Lethal Leopard up there too. You can't.
Yeah, I saw that.
Can't be sleeping on our boy up there.
Super cool.
Took him about 29 hours of actual working to land this, excluding layouts. Of course, he was doing the layouts, and honestly, his computer crashed halfway in, and he like lost an image. So this was actually the second. Yeah, it was crazy. He didn't save it. He said he was so invested, but it came out perfectly, and it pops. And 41 characters is monumental.
Super
yes.
Cool, man. That
was
a good idea.
That character mural is insane. Love it. Thank you so much. Wow is right. Cannot wait to get our paws on this book. We cannot wait for you to have them. The prints look sick. I print with really high quality, so the books always come out. You can literally slap someone in the face with this and they don't break, didn't even rip, So I try to keep that going, which is super cool. But it is insane. It is a great mural. And I was stressing for it because it was kind of like last minute. I kind of messaged everyone. I was like, hey, you want your characters on here? And then when everyone said yes, I was like, shit, I got to do this like this week, And so like, it was just like, I got to get someone going. And then I had to talk Samuel into, it's a lot of work. So I just had to make sure he could do it. And then if not, then I had to find someone else. And then, cause it worked out really well. And I really wanted the 41 characters. Cause that's like something for, even though if no one knows who Nexus is or ISOM or Omega or Crimson Paint or anyone, they see that print and go, holy shit. Like I want that on my wall.
Exactly. Yeah. It looks amazing, and the colors are so good. So, like, as a poster alone, like, doesn't matter. Even if I didn't know a single character, there's like, oh man, this looks great.
Yeah, and I was super hyped for it.
It's nice because of the community as well. Like, you get a lot of the community involved in it. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. First was like, hey, how could we like let everyone see something cool that's in New York? Because otherwise, it's all, Batman, Absolute Batman, which is great. I love my Absolute Batman. But excluding that, there's not that much noise and a lot of new people taking swings. And we're in that direct consumer market, and I feel like a lot of our characters are not, superior. So in a sense of like their designs and things like that. And when people see those new things, I could pitch it to them. Because I did it if, you can get the print for $20, or if you spent 30 at the table, I gave it to you. Or if you were a nice kid, I give you free stuff. But because I was that kid at New York Comic Con when I would go up to the Marvel Zombies booth or one of these guys. They'd give me that CGC. They'd give me that stuff, you know. And I remember that, you know, I ended up working with some of those guys later on stuff, which was like a full circle moment. But
Yeah,
you know,
that's a
people
good
remember
sign.
that, and that's the
Yeah.
connection you want, and they remember that shit forever, you know.
Yeah, and that's the public that's like the hardest to get nowadays, right? Like because I feel like comics moved away from that a little bit, and that's like, yeah, no, we want to like make a mark because I'm sure it left you with something in your head, right? As a kid, getting something from someone's like just the act of kindness alone, like leaves a mark on someone. That's super
And
cool.
I have repeating people that come to these conventions like New York or San Diego. We already confirmed for those big events, and I'm really excited to be there for it. I forgot, did I put the link? I might have put the link in the beginning, but I should put the link in the chat as well. Rookie mistake. You know, I got really excited when Igor came in because, you know, and now everyone could say it too. I could tell everyone. This is our first time ever talking verbally. You know,
Yeah,
everything we've
true.
ever communicated through has been through email. So it has been seamless through email and message since the moment we interacted
Yeah, true,
with each
true.
other. And I was excited to get our first ever interaction on stream, which is, you know what it makes it. And this is also how I'll feel when we hit the 3K.
Except for my kid being born. It's the greatest night in the history of my life. Yo, Adrian! I did it!
Yep. Yep. We did it.
Yeah, I feel the same, man. It's my first Kickstarter campaign as well, so
Like, yeah, you
first
know.
time. Yeah, super cool. I'm having a lot of fun so far.
Yeah, all through email. It is wild, and yeah, we are. It's, you know, we confirmed on what we wanted to do. We said what we needed, and then we went back and forth on email, and then through the concept art, you know, we were very straightforward, you know, and then of course having fun with it the whole time, which we had fun with the concept art,
Yeah.
and everything along those lines, which is really cool.
Yeah, you were super accommodating. You didn't like rush me or anything because like I had a kid last year, so I had
Congrats.
work to do. So that was a whole thing. Like working on this comic was like I went through various part of my life while working on these pages, and you were super accommodating, but like not rushing me, and we got something out of it.
Yeah, we got a lot out of it for sure. And I have a 4-year-old, I get it. And, you know, now I'm doing this as my full time. I have 4 other books being made, you know, so I always do my side hustles and stuff. But, you know, I get it. When I was also doing everything on top of it, it just feels like crazy. And I just had a new team that we're going to be beginning to rough out a project for. And he goes, "What's the timeline? Like, when do you need this by?" I was like, "Whenever you're done," you know. So like, whenever it's finished, you know, in a sense of like, it is crowdfunding. It's not monthly, like unless it's a cover, which you've had. I think I've messaged you and you give me something in like a week, but
Yeah.
it's just, you know, when you need it, it's just like, it just needs to be art. Like the reason why a lot of the monthly books don't work is because, you know, it's very rushed. You know, you don't want to rush the thing that, you know, you're really trying to promote and sell. And then of course, you know, when it goes well, which it is, and will continue to, we do more, you know.
Yeah, and I think obviously like as artists we want to be consistent because like it's ludicrous to not like be able to make a book or like work on a couple of pages a week or something like that. But you also have like we all have personal lives and problems and other gigs that we do. So there has to be a balance there, otherwise like we get like mediocre projects and products out of it, and all of that has to be taken into account. You know, they were super nice about that. I appreciate that a lot.
And excluding you know, Lethal Leopard, which, you know, happily we got a backer right away. What other things are you working on for the Ripperverse? Are you doing anything new, anything cool that you could share, things like that?
Yeah, I can't share a lot, but a lot of these recent releases, like we have The Cursed and Black Eye Club, right now, and I was the editor. I'm currently the editor for most of our books, but I was the editor for The Curse throughout, like since the beginning. So we got it became like a passion project for me. I am friends with one of the artists on Black Eye Club as well. So I got to talk with him a lot. Now we communicate very often. So I have my hands on most of the books that come out of like Rippaverse because I'm the art editor, so I have to look at everything, covers and everything. Like Kanan and I have a finger on basically everything regarding the art side of the Rippaverse. I can share what we haven't announced yet, but of the books that we're working on and the books that people got in their hands, like Northrica, it's all us. Like so, I have my hands full in terms of that and the represent, where we have like other people's projects. We have a lot of cool stuff to announce regarding the represent still, because that has been fun as well because it's other people's projects that they send us, and we want to help them distribute and come to life, editorialize. So we do a whole bunch of behind the scenes stuff for the represent, and I can't wait to share more actually.
Yeah, it's definitely, you definitely could see the workload that you guys are putting out, and even when when I was in New York Comic Con and talking to a lot of the guys that are just all just in their own bubble, I would say, like, because if they're in DC and Marvel and stuff, and to bring up, I was like saying, hey, because I would bring up the post, I was like, hey, this guy did 3.8 million his first book in 2023. Like people are like mind blown. They don't even know like outside of this bubble, and what you guys are doing is literally, it's clearly the number one direct to consumer market that you guys have right now in that space for sure. And the amount of content that you are putting out is crazy. It's not like a 20-page book, it's a 80-page book or a 90-page book in collected editions, and they're all coming out.
Yeah, Eric, like, it's super like serious about that. Like people get their product. We only ever like start a campaign when the book is basically finished. It's like minor editorial stuff that has to be done at that point. So we work really hard behind the scenes. So by the time we announce a book, like we've like lost hair, we've worked through night and done everything that we can, because it's also our projects, right? Like so Andrew is a writer. Carol, who works with us, is a writer as well. Her story Dirty Deeds was out in Ripazine. Andrew had Blue Shift coming out. The Soskas work on many of our stories. So everyone is like passionate about everything that we do. Like we love comics. That's why that's why we got into it, and we want every book to succeed and find their audience. So
And
it's really important for us.
disputing the things you're currently working on, things that you have announced, is there anything in particular that you're super excited that the Riververse or Represent that's coming next that you did announce that you think is really super cool?
Well, we did announce a full book for Saoirse, which is a character that Eric created and Kanan worked on, and the pages that Kanan produced were amazing. So that's one that I'm mostly looking for.
The
It's
girl with the red hair, correct? She had the red
yeah,
hair.
exactly, the
There you go.
double pistol and or single pistol, and yeah, but because Kanan's amazing and he has been such a good friend for me and to me, and yeah, we've built like a friendship out of like working at the Rippaverse and being artists and talking. And his art is always inspiring. So seeing like interior pages from him is always amazing. And I get to be the editor, and that's like easy job because Kanan's doing everything correctly, so I don't have to worry about anything.
The first real art intake, because I was in the field and out of the field, and then when I got more into the independent stuff, I did pick up Death Shroud from VKen, and
Yeah.
Kanan's work was in there, and that was like a
Mhm.
crazy book that I enjoyed before they were even in the Represent, which is cool. Now you did a bigger version, and
Yeah.
I thought that book should have been done to 50,000. So it's great that it finally got that number
Yeah.
with you
Yeah.
guys, which is super cool.
Chad is amazing, like the writer, and he works like from what I saw in his interviews, he works pretty much like you do, like doesn't putting a lot of panels in the pages whenever he doesn't need. Like he lets the artists run loose, and you see the results there, where like Kana and VK did some amazing artwork for it. It's beyond a professional book, like by any means. It looks amazing. It's straight out of Image, like in the 90s, and with a fresher look, with a more modern look. So the art-wise, it's one of the best books that we've put out, like on the Ripasand, and Kana and VK like blew it out of the moon. Like it's super super cool. It's my type of stuff because I grew up on those comics. I'm older than you, so I believe. So I grew up with like Spawn and The Darkness and everything. So it's
How old are you?
I'm 36 this
I'm-
year.
I'm 28.
Yeah, no, so you're super young. Like, you're a kid.
I see now. So you have a 1-year-old, so you understand. I have a 4-year-old, so it ages
Yeah.
me 10 plus years.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what
but I
mean? So-
envy you. Yeah, I wish I was a father sooner, man, because like being a father when you're 30 is not a good idea. Like it's the best thing that I've done, but it's also like so taxing.
Yeah, they definitely get you when people, I always love saying it, when people say they're tired. I'm like, no, you don't know, dude. I'm like, when you actually have to see someone that can't roll on the side and it'll die from not breathing the right way, you're awake the whole day. There's just never sleep again. I just started sleeping, and add that to all the stuff, and like you said, the artwork to let you run loose too. I feel like that's the writing that works best. Like there's even been pages that I've worked with artists and they'll just send me something completely different. And it's not, oh, that doesn't work. It's that works. You have a vision. I have a vision. If I knew how to draw, I would draw it. And since I can't, you have to draw it. And you're going to have a better assumption than I can, because I can't even draw a circle. You know what I mean? So it's just like, where it needs to go, and I can change the words to make it flow. And Kanan before said, yeah, I guess I'm your friend. Except when you beat me at Control Z.
Yeah, it's
LOL.
our podcast.
Yeah.
We have like some friendly competition there where every month we make some prompts, and we get some prompts and make art for it, and people vote on their favorite. And I think Kana is winning by like a distance.
I seen some of the snippets. It's good that you guys do the shorts and the reels that I've been seeing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very accessible. The same way I forgot to go Instagram live before, but halfway through we're on Instagram live now. So we got it, it's we're figuring it out together. And the benefit of, a lot of people are scared of AI. The benefit of AI is that I can edit videos now and things like that very easily. I feel like the apps are very accessible to do things like this, where I do have 6 reels coming out a day on TikTok, or 6 YouTube shorts. And that's why I was like, hey, let's start live streaming too and edit on top. Because like you said, like I have 13 books now, and I'm going to do 4 more at least next year, all from my company. That's 17, and you guys are doing 17 books a month. But I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? So
dude, how long have you been doing this?
2021 we released our first book, and our second book came out a year later, and now we're doing 4 books a year at a minimum.
So 13 books so far that you've delivered. In 4 years.
Yeah. So let's go through it. We got
there's
Voltage
no
and
one
Imperium.
with those numbers in here, man.
Voltage and Imperium. We got our Crimson Pain one shot. We got Omega 1. We got Omega 2. We got Project Analysis 4. We got Project Analysis 5. We got Project Analysis 6. We have our trade paperback, which collects our first 4 issues. That's 0, 1, 2, and 3. Tons of cool stuff, and variant covers like the ones we did for 6. And
no, you're insane, man. You're actually insane. Like for how long you've been doing this, the amount of books that you've put out, and the work that you do at conventions as well, because that must be rewarding, because you're face to face with your customer, but also like very tiresome, because it's a lot of work, man. I've seen conventions just as an spectator, and it's already like too much work. Like, must be something.
I do all these conventions by myself, or my wife helps me. At New York Comic Con, I had some buddies there, but they're there to make sure no one robs me when I pee, and to help me get coffee real quick. Otherwise, I do all the selling. New York Comic Con, I would say, is my first convention. This last one where we sold over 100 5s and 100 6s by Friday. And I've never done that. It's usually like I sell, if it's not an issue, first 3 issues, I'll sell like 20 or 30 of them. And to sell 100 in like 3 days, I was like, it's because people had the other shit. And I was like, it was really cool to see that turnover. But it's still a lot of me handing out flyers, me presenting a pitch. It's 15 seconds. They buy or don't buy. And I do that, you know, whatever. I got close to like 700, 800 sales in New York. But, you know, I also pitched, you know, another 1,000 times on top of that at least, you know. So like, plus having the conversations with other people to make that number happen. I feel like I'm really strong in person, and that's why I want to level up online as well. Like a lot of people will watch this back, and I want to do stuff where, you know, we look through stuff like that. It's like, let's look at the concept art. Let's look at the stuff that's going on, how we work together, how do things work, because people don't know. And I taught myself everything. I didn't go to school for this stuff. I read enough comics and said, let me learn how to fucking write, you know? So.
No, but that's insane, man. 700, 800, like the numbers that you get at conventions. I feel like online, people value that way too much, and they ended up forgetting about like the whole other part of comics where they probably had that experience themselves, where they were kids going to a con or going to a comic book shop, and they had the thing in their hands, because buying online is totally different from buying from something that you can browse through. So it's super cool. Obviously, we want to get everyone like online and work on that. But you've been nailing the con circuit. How many have you done last year? This year?
At least at the minimum 16, like at least.
Damn,
but you know, I do ones that are 4 or 5 days. Like New York's, you know, Thursday to Sunday, set up on Tuesday. San Diego, I'm there for 10 days because it's a 5-day show. But you know, I stay extra. It's a 7-hour flight. I do C2E2, WonderCon. Now a lot of them this year are lined up. But I would say definitely around 20. I don't really write down all the little ones that I do when it's like a 1-day show or something like that. I really think of like when I'm thinking of like the 12 to 16, I think of like the big ones I have every single month. I do a lot of pop-ups at comic shops where I buy stuff from. That's how I get those early books, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get some books 2 weeks out, you know, trying to get some early stuff. But little cons here and there, but I'm really focusing recently, especially on the bigger ones. Like let's work on an exclusive, something that's tangible, maybe some more trading cards and stuff. Like just trying to hit that next market that's coming in, that's really seeing that collectible aspect. And that's why I thought Lethal Leopard would be good for that, because I saw it firsthand when we were selling these prints. I'm like, oh my God, if I had limited edition $50, I could probably sell them for $100 there, you know? So it was just like, you know, I'm just thinking of the right ways to push the product.
Anybody home? Hey, think with fly.
Yeah, you know, we're trying, you know, we're out here, and the product, I couldn't have not been any more happier with this final little look through. Let's look through it again. Yeah, we got a nice background on the stream today. Made some cool videos. I edited all these videos myself. I taught myself how to make these cool these like layouts, because I feel like that's like the big thing now too. It's like some people don't even want to click the sides anymore. They just want to like get that nice seamless scroll, you know. But we're doing pretty well. 7 digitals, 15 of your cover, 12 of Kanan's. Someone bought the ash can. A couple people bought the bundles. We have 5 of those people on the bundles right now. The lethal, I think we sold 2 of the ultra lethal combos where you get everything. And we got 2 of the ones, which is everything, which is a sick deal. We have 1 more left of those because, you know, that's just like a super margin for y'all, you know? Like, you know, it's good for the people. I'd rather people get the stuff. And, you know, because when they do, and I do put up enough content, like I said, 4 books a year, that they'll come back and be like, oh, he's the writer. Like, let me, you know, let's check that stuff out more. But, you know, extremely hyped with all the colors, how everything laid out. This is literally one of my favorite images.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite panels as well. I asked you, I remember I asked you about gore, and I was like, I know your books have gore, but can I go a little bit farther? And you went like, yeah, it's okay. And I was like, oh, this is the best day of my life, because now I can draw whatever I want.
And I was scared with the Kickstarter, so that first day I had a big circle around it.
Right? Yeah, no, that was smart. That was smart. Yeah.
I don't want to get nerfed, you know, and I want people to see it. And you know, like I said, I know because Real One, you know, he's busy. He's at WrestleCade right now. He runs a big show with Smoke Dizza and West Side Gun where they do promoting. They have the Hardy Brothers and all these guys working for them. It's super cool to see. You know, extremely happy with this book. Extremely happy. Let me get back out of there. But yeah, I appreciate your time here. I know your time is limited. You're a busy guy. You're the one of the lead artists in the Rippaverse. You said you're the editor, correct?
Yeah, exactly. As well.
Yeah,
so
which is super cool. I feel like, you know, I think our first cover I did with you was about 2 years ago. So see the come up in 2 years is super cool to see as well.
Has it been that long? Jesus.
Yeah, right. Because at least a year and a half, at least.
Because they're about to release number 7. No.
Yeah, this is 2024. This cover.
Jesus Christ.
So I think this was July 2024.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So which is crazy, and you know you've blown up a lot more, and I think you know even though you know you're with your big crew, you know I know a lot of people pick up my stuff from other companies that I have other people that get picked up for card game. I actually think you did get picked up for card game. Any person that works for me gets picked up on that card game, and they never shout me out. Every artist I've worked with has done a fucking card for that place, and not even like a yo, good looks. Like this is where I found them. It's cool, you know. You know how it makes me feel.
Is brought to you by Modelo.
That's how it makes me feel. But you know, I'm super happy. Everyone that checked us out on stream today, I'm beyond grateful. Super cool to hang out. Super cool to talk for the first time. This is clearly not going to be the last time we do this.
Yeah, for sure.
We have a decent amount of days on this campaign left. We have about, let me double check, 23 days. I usually average out at a minimum 100 backers. We hit 100 backers. We're way over this goal. So anything to close out? Anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, just thanks to everyone that has supported the project so far. Like 44 in terms of like people, like individuals that have helped us is like a lot for me. It's already nice to see, like I said, it's my first campaign. It's super nice to see people supporting it. Like my coworkers have like been super supportive as well. I try not to bother anyone with too much, but yeah, they've been open to it, and I know it's everyone has their own ideas, so it's nice to see like the creative supporting other creatives as well. Yeah.
And I think we're just getting started. I feel like, you know, a lot of people are figuring out who we are, what we do. I appreciate that. We do deserve the success. I appreciate your success as well, and everyone's success. Because at least for what I see with the community that you're surrounding yourself with, and I continue to surround myself with, it's all positive vibes.
Yeah.
You know, is all positive vibes all around, because we're here to make comics. Everyone forgets about that. We're here to just make cool artwork that's cooler than the shit that we see on TV. You know, because that's how we getting it going. I appreciate that. Be shouting out on LL tonight on a Drink with Crazy stream. I appreciate that. Let them know we're backed. We're ready. Rippa fam's got my back. I feel it. I feel the pressure of the excitement and the love. It's super cool. And I try to repost everyone's stuff as they see it as well. You and Paul, your hustle, Paul, is inspiring. Keep it up. And I appreciate it. So for my first ever guest stream, I think it went pretty well. And I appreciate you being my first ever guest on my show that we're doing. And this is our first ever team up. So with that being said, you know, you have a wonderful day, and everyone on the stream.
Cool.
And that's all, folks.